These days, there is a talk about tree blindness or plant blindness. What is this tree blindness? It means with the rapid urbanization, industrialization, and people going away from nature, we are unable to identify trees or plants around. Whether they are similar looking or they are different looking, we don't know any name. It may be a local name, it may be English name, it may be a Sanskrit name or Persian Arabic name. So going away from nature, unable to identify the trees and plants around is kind of abnormality which is developing in the present younger generation, and it is named as tree blindness. So on the eve of World Soil Day, World Soil Day is observed throughout the world on 5th December. So tomorrow is 5th December. So today, on the eve of World Soil Day, let us explore the world of plants and talk to trees, know the trees which are rooted to the soil, and without monitoring the soil health, we cannot monitor the health of trees or forests. There is a talk that there is an underground World Wide Web, but that is basically engineered by the fungal mycelia, fungal threads. So many mushrooms which we see and collect for vegetable, they are basically playing a very important role in communication among the forest trees. They are connected to the roots, and through these mycelia, many important metabolites and nutrients, they are sent from one tree where it is surplus to the other trees where it is deficient. So this beautiful world or fungal internet, so to say, is helping the forest trees in regaining the vigor and vitality, and with that reflects the health of the forest. And if forests are healthy, then human population is healthy. So on the eve of World Soil Day, while talking about the importance of the soil health, we need not to go long. We know that with the rapid communication revolution, green revolution, other things, we have also degraded the soils with the indiscriminate use of agrochemicals. They may be the chemical fertilizers or the insecticides and pesticides, which has taken a toll of the health of soils, and with that productivity has suffered, and it may suffer more if we don't take care of the declining productivity of the soils, and which is due to the addition of synthetic chemicals. So just focusing on two aspects, the health of the soil, how it is linked with the fungal world, and second, how we can distinguish various trees and remove our tree blindness. To quote an example, let us focus the tree which in South India is known in the Malayalam name as Pajaneli or Pajaneli. This particular tree looks very similar to another tree which we call Arlu or Tentu or Mulin or Munyan Marinjan in Jammu Shivaliks. The tree which we see in Jammu Shivaliks is identified in botany as Oroxylum indicum, and this tree is also found in South India. But in South India there is another similar looking tree which is known as Pajanelia. Based on the Malayalam name, local name Pajaneli, it has been given the genus name as Pajanelia. This found mention for the first time in the Hortus Malabaricus, that botanical treatise under the supervision of Van Riede, who employed more than 100 local physicians, folk healers, practitioners who knew the plants, and they searched, explored the Malabar region from Goa up to Kanyakumari, and they it took about 30 years to compile that treatise, Hortus Malabaricus, which was recently was translated in English and Malayalam language by Dr. K.S. Manilal. In this book, which was compiled between the 1678 to 1693, this 17th century treatise mentioned the plant Paginalia. This was previously known as Bignonia, Bignonia multijuga, Bignonia paginalia, Bignonia macrostachya. Various names were given. But this tree, though resembling like Arlu tentu, Oryzellum indicum, it is different. How it is different? How to distinguish? First is the tree height. In case of Paginalia longifolia, which is found in South India, tree can grow up to as tall as 25 to 30 meters in height. But the tree which we see in Shivaliks, usually 5-6 meter, but it can also go tall, but not beyond 15 meter tall. So 15 meter and 30 meters. So double the height in case of Paginalia and half the height in case of Oryzellum indicum. Both belong to the same family Bignoniaceae. But our Shivalik plant, Oryzellum indicum, is called Shionaka in Sanskrit. And because this particular tree is also the most important Dashmul tree, this was included in Ayurvedic formulations much earlier. Though the similar properties are also shared by the Paginalia longifolia, but that tree has not got that much prominence and use in Ayurvedic textbooks as our Oryzellum indicum has gone. Another unique thing about Oryzellum indicum, which we see in Himalayas from Jammu up to Tripura, Assam, is its indispensable association with the ascomycete fungus Pseudonocardia oryzaeli. This is the unique fungus, and this association is obligate for the tree to grow healthy. If Oryzellum indicum soil where it is growing doesn't find the fungus Pseudonocardia oryzaeli, it will lose its vigor or vitality. It may perish. So while bringing these plants to the nurseries, it is important to bring the soil from the natural habitat so that fungal mycelia, fungal spores are also transported along with the soil to keep that association alive and to keep the soil healthy and alive as per the design of nature. So this year's World Soil Day theme is also keep soils alive and protect soil biodiversity. If we are able to preserve and conserve soil biodiversity, we will be able to conserve even trees, shrubs, plants, medicinal plants on the ground. So it is intimate association. In case of Oryzellum, the leaves are 2 to 3 pinnate. That is, they are bipinnate or even partial tripinnate. That kind of branching. It's a compound leaf with division 3 times also, but mostly bipinnate. Whereas in case of Paginalia longifolia, leaves are not bipinnate or tripinnate. They are simply pinnate. The way we see in Spathodia campanulata, or the way we observe leaves in case of Kigelia pinnata, or also in case of Stereospermum personatum, which is another Dashmul tree, Patla, popularly known as. But all these plants which I am talking, they belong to the family Bignoniaceae, and Bignoniaceae is characterized by opposite pinnate leaves. They may be unipinnate or bipinnate or tripinnate, but they are opposite. Another feature which distinguishes them is they have the trumpet shaped flowers or funnel shaped flowers having the 4 stamens, and out of 4 stamens usually 2 may be small and 2 may be longer ones, but 4 stamens and 1 staminode may be present. So when we see and observe these plants more closely, we find even the difference between the flowers of 2. In case of Oroxylum indicum, flowers are purplish outside and white yellow inside, whereas in case of Paganalia longifolia, flowers are pinkish purple outside and again yellowish inside, but with unique and typical difference between the corolla margins of the 2 trees. In case of Oroxylum indicum, corolla margin is devoid of any woolly or hairy growth, but in case of Paganalia longifolia, corolla margin has dense growth of hairs, cottony growth, hairy growth, and even the smell of the leaf, flower, that is also typical. In case of Paganalia longifolia, it smells like soap. Another thing, if we look closely, in case of Oroxylum indicum, rachis and leaf stalks, after withering, they fall down, and on the ground we see a heap of bones, not actually bones. Leaf stalks look like bones. They have the swollen and flattened ends, and they are connected one to one, the way we see the legs of a frog. So it was also given the name as Manduk Parni. Although Manduk Parni is Centella asiatica herb, but in case of trees, this is also sometimes called as Manduk Patra or Manduk Parana because of the long-legged amphibian limbs as we find, and we compare them with the leaf stalks. So this tree got the name broken bones tree, and according to doctrine of signatures, this was useful for the strength of the upper bones because it is rich in calcium, so it was included even in the Chyawanprash. But presently the tree is very useful as anti-cancer plant. So in Manipur, this is called as Shak Bang in local language, and where Mara Nagas, local people, they take this tree as anti-cancer. Paganalia longifolia pods, basically they are capsules, fruits. In case of Paganalia, this is comparatively smaller, hardly 30, 45 or 50 centimeter long. But in case of Oroxylum indicum, this grows as long as 1 meter, means nearing 100 or 90 centimeter long. Even the width of the capsules in 2 species is different. In case of Paganalia longifolia, a width of the capsule, that fruit, hardly exceeds 8 centimeter. Usually it is 5 to 7 centimeter. Whereas in case of Oroxylum indicum, Arlu, Tentu, Bhutvrikshyonaka, fruit capsule is as wide as 10 centimeter. Both trees have the compressed, flattened capsules, but in case of Paganalia, we see middle raised ridge-like thing, which is actual fruit, and it is flanked by the marginal wings. So capsule is typically winged in case of Paganalia longifolia, whereas in case of Oroxylum indicum, the whole capsule fruit has the same thickness. It is flattened likewise, and it is bigger and broader, looks like swords. So it has also got its another name, sword of Damocles. And the large fruits in case of Oryzilum indicum, and to some extent even in case of Pogonalia longifolia, they hang downwards as if some raptor is or some other bird is sitting with the wings down. So this particular tree used to also mentioned under another name, midnight horrid tree, Oryzilum indicum. But the Pogonalia longifolia tree has not such peculiar names. Commonly it is called as tender jack tree or soft jack tree. But local names in various languages, they are also intermingling, and very similar names where both these plants occur. For example, in Kerala, we find both Oryzilum indicum, which is considered as a rare and threatened tree, medicinal tree, and another is Pogonalia longifolia. Both are occurring. Unique name has been given to Pogonalia, that is the genus name derived from that Malayalam name, that is Paganelli or Paganelli. But equally there is another name for the Oryzilum indicum, which is called as Palag Payani or Palag Payani, and in that case Pogonalia is also known as Payani in some areas of Kerala. Simply Payani, and Oryzilum indicum Palag Payani. So this way we can come to other languages, and even in other languages various other names are also seen. For example, in Mizo language, Pogonalia longifolia tree is locally identified as Ram Archang Kadam. Ram Archang Kadam, whereas Oryzilum indicum, which is also seen in northeastern India, is popularly known as Archang Kam. So Oryzilum indicum, Archang Kam, and if it is Pogonalia longifolia, then it is Ram Archang Kadam. In Bengal, popular name for Oryzilum indicum is Sonpatha or Sonpatta or Sona or Bhoot Briksh in Hindi belt. Tantya, Tentu, Tentoli. It has many other names. In case of Tamil language, both trees, Oryzilum indicum as well as Pogonalia longifolia, both have the similar names. Ekkapatyaiki is the name in both the languages. There are Kannada names which are also look very similar. For example, Alangi is the name for Pogonalia longifolia, and Anangi is for the Oryzilum indicum. Likewise, even in Odia, we have the similar names. So that reflects because of the very large size flattened pods and pinnate leaves and similar looking flowers. Both trees have been sometimes confused, but they could distinguish even our earlier forefathers, and because of that distinctness they could give them the different names, a little bit interchanging names, similar pronunciation, but sometimes they were able to differentiate the two trees. And from the botanical angle, definitely these trees are quite different. Although they belong to the same family, they do not belong to the same family tribe. Under the family, we have subfamilies, and then we have the tribes. If we talk about Oryzilum indicum, which we see in Jammu Shivaliks, it belongs to its own tribe called Oryzili, where there is only two genera. One is Oryzilum and one is one more. But in case of Pogonalia longifolia, that tree belongs to that tribe in which there are not less than 44 genera and so many species. Even Spathodia campanulata falls in that tribe, which is called as Tacoma. Even Tacoma stands we see under cultivation in Jammu parks and gardens. Even Stereospermum personatum. If we look toward the leaves of Paganalia longifolia, they resemble much more like the leaves of Spathodia campanulata. And this particular tree have also been found to have the antioxidant properties. Ongoing research is revealing that extract of the Paganalia longifolia is a storehouse of phytochemicals and useful as antioxidants. And because of these antioxidants, it will be useful in anti-aging and the health care. It is also supposed to be having the antiviral, antibacterial and antifungal activities. So when we talk about trees, we need to look toward trees and find out the differences and tips how we can identify them correctly, and we are able to remove our tree blindness. This is the message which I want to give on the eve of World Soil Day, which is going to be observed throughout the globe tomorrow, 5th December 2020.